Hello, hello, my friends. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. I have a Yankee candle haul to share with you guys today. And I know that a lot of people feel mixed towards Yankee. For me personally, I haven't purchased a lot from the brand over the last maybe like 8 to 10 years. However, they are a nostalgic brand to me. They are the brand that got me interested in home fragrance. My mom purchased from them a lot back in the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, and honestly, she was still purchasing from them quite a bit even before she left this earth. So anyways, the way that this haul came about is that I was doing a candle review for another fragrance, and in that review I was saying that that candle reminded me of a Yankee candle that I had had in the past, and I thought to myself, you know what? That was a really good fragrance. I think I want to see if they still sell that. So lo and behold, I went over to the Yankee website and they were running their semi-annual sale, and they had a promotion going on where there were candles, large jar candles, as low as $15, plus it was like a 4 for $48. And they were offering me an additional 15% off, and somehow I had a $5 reward in my cart. So needless to say, you guys, I was able to purchase 6 large jars for, I believe, my grand total with tax, shipping, I didn't pay for shipping, with tax and everything came out to like $53, and I got 6 large jar candles. So in today's video, I thought that I would share with you what candles appeal to me, what I decided to purchase. One of these fragrances is very nostalgic to me, so I'm familiar with 2 of the fragrances, but 3 are completely new to me. They were blind buy for me. So I thought that it would be fun to share with you guys what I decided to purchase. You guys know that the paraffin wax formula is not my favorite. However, as my channel grows, I do want to make sure that I am not excluding anybody in the candle community. I do know that there are some people who prefer paraffin wax. There are some who like soy wax, some like blends. And so I figured, you know what? This was a great time for me to go ahead and branch out and purchase, you know, let's give this paraffin wax another try. Now, I will admit to you guys that I did order off of Amazon a set of like those lids that go on, because from what I am reading, a lot of people just recommend that when you burn these paraffin wax jars that you have a lid on them. It gives a more even burn, especially because these are single wick candles. So I think I spent like $14 and I got 4 of them off of Amazon. For me, like I said, with as much home fragrance as I use, I feel like it's a minimal investment for me to maximize my purchases. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you're new and you love candle content. I do a lot of hauls like this. I've done a lot of hauls this month, it feels like. I think that is just really the nature of the ripple effect of the Bath & Body Works SAS. We know then that all of the other fragrance brands are wanting to compete for your money, my money. So I feel like this month has been a little bit haul heavy, but it just is what it is at this point. So if you like candle content, hauls, empties, dedicated reviews, then I think that you will like it here. But this is a long enough intro. Let's go ahead and talk about the candles that I purchased. So the candle that brought me back to the website, and the one that I was referring to in another candle video, is Vanilla Lime. So I did a dedicated review a couple of weeks ago on Homeworks' Key Lime Cake, which is a fragrance that is currently sold out. It was a QVC exclusive. And in that video, I said that when it was burning, it reminded me a lot of Vanilla Lime, which is a fragrance that I had in the past. You guys, I think I had this fragrance maybe, honestly, I thought it was earlier than this, but I'm thinking it was probably about 12, 13 years ago, somewhere. I mean, that far back. I love this fragrance. Now, Yankee does not print their fragrance notes on the bottom of these jars, but this fragrance to me is lime forward. It's very fresh, zesty, fruity type of lime. But there is a vanilla note in here that balances out the tartness of lime. I know lime can be a very polarizing fragrance when it comes to citrus. Personally, I like lime. I would say that the citrus fragrance that I'm probably the least fan of, does that make sense? The fragrance that I don't love the most out of citrus is probably grapefruit. For whatever reason, that one, it has to be done just right in order to hit right with me, but I do love a good lime fragrance, especially because I cook a lot of food sometimes that leaves lingering odor, and I find lime to be one of the best fragrances to kind of clear the air and purify it. But this is nice. The vanilla in here balances out the astringency of lime. So I did purchase 2 of these candles. I'll have listed down below. I didn't look up prior to me sitting down to film this video my exact total, but I'll put down below exactly how much I paid for each one of these candles. I think it ended up coming out to like less than $9 a candle, which is a screaming deal, I feel like. So I did purchase 2 of these, and I will say that these candles were delivered on a particularly hot day. I live in Arizona, so it's very hot here right now. There was a little bit of sweating that went on the wax, but not enough where I feel like anything was really damaged or ruined here. So I'm excited to light this one up again because I do love this fragrance so much. Another fragrance that I am familiar with, and this is a nostalgic fragrance to me because this is the candle that my mom was burning the summer that my husband and I got married. So it was funny. I had my husband sniff this. I'm like, does this trigger anything for you? And he was like, no. He was like, well, it smells like a lemonade. It smells like, you know, he kept trying to say things, and I was like, oh, well, I remember my mom burning this the summer that we got married. And he was like, oh. He's like, maybe that's where I've smelled it before. But to him, he didn't have as much of a solid scent memory, but I did. This is Cherry Lemonade, and this is one of their returning favorites. Now, I don't know if they keep these around year-round or if this is something that they especially bring back for their semi-annual sale. Regardless, I saw this and I thought, you know what, even though I'm not really a big fan of like cherry fragrances, it's just the nostalgia factor here. It says on here that this was first poured in the year 2000. So that was 24 years ago, you guys. Whew, that makes me feel old. So this fragrance, you know, and I'm glad that I have this candle because I kind of drew a comparison between this candle and Kringle Candle Reserve Sweet Geometry. Now that I have them side by side, I will tell you that they are very different fragrances, but I do think that they will complement each other really well. This is missing that creamy ice cream, kind of like cherry ice cream accord that the Reserve candle has. This is very much like you get the sweetness of lemonade in here, but the cherry in here is present. Kind of, it's not tart, but it's very, very sweet. But it's different than like a strawberry lemonade or anything like that. I really like this. I think my mom liked this one so much because of that lemonade fragrance in here. My mom loved lemon fragrances. She wasn't a big fan of cherry, which was why I remembered being surprised that she liked this candle so much. But it's just, it's such a happy memory for me. So I wanted to have another one of these in my collection, and here it is. All right, I was actually thinking ahead towards fall when I purchased this candle, and the other 2 candles I feel like are good ones that I can have year round. But the fragrance that I purchased is Honeycrisp Apple Cider. Yeah, apple cider, that's what it says on there. I had to make sure. I was like, wait a minute, did I read that correctly? So this fragrance, ooh, this is good. You guys, I've always loved the way that Yankee does apple fragrances. They do them really, really well. This has the sweetness of cider. It's not as like caramel apple or brown sugar heavy, which cider isn't brown sugar, but when I think of cider fragrances, I think of like, oh, what's the one? Cider Lane from Bath & Body Works. We all know I love that fragrance. So there's no caramel note to this, but it is very much an apple cider scent. There's kind of like some mulling spice in here, very tart apple, but it's sweet at the same time. I really like this one, and I have other fragrances in my collection that I think that it will complement. So I was happy to get my hands on this one because I don't think this is on the website anymore. In fact, when I checked, Vanilla Lime was still on the website. I think Cherry Lemonade was, I'm not sure. Honeycrisp Apple Cider was not though when I recently checked on it. All right, another returning favorite fragrance that I thought would be a good addition to my collection is Belgian Waffles. It says that this was first poured in 2010. So again, 14 years ago. And this is good. I like this one a lot. I'm really glad that I purchased it. Ooh, you get that good waffle note in here. but it's not like a pumpkin waffle. There's no extra like spices or anything, which is why I think this will be a great candle for me to blend with other ones that I have in my collection. I could actually see myself burning this with like, I have 2 of Kringle's Great Pumpkin from their Reserve collection last year. I think any like basic pumpkin scent, this is gonna blend really nicely with. Fun fact about me, you guys, I am actually not really a fan of pumpkin pecan waffles at Bath & Body Works. It is too much for me. It's too sweet, it's cloying. Sometimes it comes across a little bit scorched to my nose. But this is nice because it's a little bit lighter and I feel like it will just complement a lot of other fragrances. It's a good mixing candle. So depending on what season I'm coming into, I could even burn something maybe a little bit more cinnamon heavy and this would complement it. You could burn this with like a coffee type of fragrance and you would have like an overall breakfast smell in your home. It's warm, but it definitely reminds me of waffles for sure. It's not like a pancake or any other kind of gourmand. They definitely nailed the waffle accord in there. And then another basic candle that I purchased, again, because I figured you can always have one of these in your collection, is Buttercream. So I figured this would be like a frosting type of fragrance. And sure enough, that's what it is. Now, I could see this fragrance probably be a little bit cloying to some people. It is extremely sweet. Almost artificially vanilla frosting type of fragrance. Honestly, you guys, on cold sniff, I don't think that this one is going to be super, super strong, which I think is probably a good thing because the fragrance in and of itself that I do detect is extremely sweet. So I'm hoping that this one, again, will just be a nice complementary fragrance to other candles that I currently have. But I always figure, you know what, I can never go wrong with Buttercream. And I was really just looking for some fragrances that would kind of round out. Well, I had the 4 for $48. I was trying to get to the shipping threshold, and you guys, I'm still just kicking myself. If you've caught I think it was my empties video that I did last weekend, I shared with you guys that I finished up Iced Banana Pop, and I'm kicking myself because that one is actually on clearance for $17 on the website, and I'm like, why didn't I throw that one into my cart? Oh well, it just is what it is. But I did get 2 vanilla limes, and I do love that fragrance. I see myself wanting that one in my collection on an annual basis. So I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, oh, why didn't I think to go ahead and get the vanilla, the Iced Banana Pop? I would say that that is probably the fragrance that I would probably exchange Buttercream. I don't want to say exchange, but like going back, if I could have reversed that decision, I probably would have gotten Iced Banana Pop and left this one out. But I do like it. It's just that it's nothing really to write home about, but I think it's probably just like one of those like little black dress type of candles that you always want in your collection. So a very quick haul to share with you guys here today, but I thought it was fun to just share with you what I decided to purchase. Let me know in the comment box down below. Do you shop from Yankee still? Do you love paraffin wax? Did you participate in their semi-annual sale? I would be curious to know. Please hit thumbs up if you like this video. I am planning to upload my candle chat video for you guys, hopefully this weekend, and we'll get back to doing some more dedicated candle reviews. Next weekend, I will have my empties and candle collection update. So you guys know how I roll here on my channel, always bringing you lots of fun candle content. So I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.